Alright, so this will be the learning target number 9 video. Okay, the target is I can use ratio reasoning to convert measurements. Now, all of you will remember on last week's review sheet, do you remember that? I think it was like number 7, and we had to convert, and I gave everybody a special way to do it, a way that I want it done. Okay, so this first couple pages here, or I think it's just the first page for you guys, it just gives you some of the conversions. Now remember, the conversions is like I know how many of this are in one of that. For instance, there are 12 inches in 1 foot. There is 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams, or 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram. I want everybody to please put a rectangle around all of these. Actually, these two right here, just those two. And I want everybody to go ahead and write fake ratio. Okay, that's going to be your fake ratio when you're converting using proportions.
Ratio?
It's going to be your ratio. That's your fake information. Same thing over here. Go ahead and rectangle these in, do the same thing. And then you can just draw an arrow and say those are your ratios. Those are always your fake ratios. Everybody got it? Okay. On that same page, or on the next page for you guys, it's the same thing here. More ratio. That's all these are. These are the conversion factors. Okay? These are all your fake ratios that you need to know. Now, I will say this. None of you have to memorize. Next page. None of you have to memorize any of these. They are always going to be provided for you on tests or on anything. So there are some you should know. I mean, you should know these, I think. But those are the kind of things that you need to know. Does everybody see right beside on your notes? Beside the G, there's a rectangle. Do you guys see that? A box, and it says 1 kilometer is 1,000. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Everybody go ahead and put an X through that. Put an X through that rectangle on the right. Right beside the G. Okay, now you guys are all familiar with the big G, right? It's the...
It's you.
If you're not, then I'll quickly go over it. But it's just showing how... It's a good way to make you remember how many units are in certain... Or how many of each is in one of another thing. Which what I mean by that is, this is representing 1 gallon. So that means that there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon, which I have down below somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, 1 quart is for, oh, that's quarts. So no, I don't, but regardless, it's all there. It's off to the right. The only thing that's really hard to see is the little cups, and there's 2 C's in each one of these. Okay, there's 2 cups in every pint. Okay, 2 cups in every pint. But like I said, all of your conversions are going to be available to you. Okay, so you don't have to be memorizing anything for the most part. But like I said, there are some that you do know. Okay, go ahead and go to the next page. All right. Now, I want everybody right now to please go ahead and we always start right here. So let's just get that on there now. The proportion. That's where we're always going to start. Okay. Then we're going to put labels on there, and since I'm converting feet to inches, that is going to be my labels. Go ahead and put those on there. Feet and inches. Notice I have not put one number on there yet. I'm just, as I have said, setting the stage or setting the scene, okay? This first ratio, since I've taught you ratios, what have I called that very first one? Fake ratio, right? That's my fake information or my fake ratio or my ratio, whatever you want to call it. Over here on the right, that's the one that I usually call my real ratio. Okay? So the fake ratio, as I said a little bit ago, that's the number that is the conversion factor. It's how many of these are in one of this. Okay? So we know that for every 1 foot is 12 inches. Does everybody agree with that? That's the fake ratio. And then here's where it just relates so easily back to everything we're already doing. You can already see they're either going to give you a number of feet or they're going to give you a number of inches. That's going to be the real information. Everything we've done so far has shown that we're going to be given a fake ratio, and then we're either going to be given one of the two labels and being asked for the other one. In this one, it gives us the real information for feet. Okay? And then from here we know, oh, well, what am I doing to my number of feet? Then I got to do the same thing to my number of inches, which is going to give me 48 inches. Okay? Let's go to number 2. Okay? First of all, let's just get our proportion on there. We know that we're comparing meters to centimeters and meters to centimeters. And my fake information here would be that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So I just look and see, okay, well, what did they give me? And they gave me the number of meters is 80. So then I'm going to multiply by 80 to both the top and the bottom. Also, you could cross multiply and divide, but kind of unnecessary. And that's going to be 8,000, right? 8,000 centimeters.
Wait, why are we using thin marker and they're using the thick marker?
Okay, next one. Okay, so let's go ahead and again just start it right here. We know we're comparing ounces and pounds. Ounces and pounds. Now let's say that you don't know what the fake ratio is for ounces and pounds. You don't know how many ounces are in a pound. I tried to put as many as I could in here, so you always can look here, but you could always Google it, see if it's in here. I'm not sure if it's here or not. I don't see it. I know what it is, but I was thinking, is it in there? Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is right there, 16 ounces in a pound. So I tried to put as many of these as there's going to be in there, but also in the back of your agenda there also. So now let's go ahead and put our fake ratio together. Once again, I know that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound, and I know that they are giving me 80 ounces. Now this is one of those situations where you might not know off the top of your head what you're multiplying by to give you 80. Okay, you might not know that. Okay, now you could work backwards and say 80 divided by 16, but this wouldn't be a bad situation of just going ahead and cross multiplying and dividing. And then you can figure out that it is going to be 80 divided by 16, which equals 5. Whoops, I did the wrong thing. 80 divided by 16, and that equals 5. So we know that there are 5 pounds in 80 ounces, or it's equal to 80 ounces. Okay. This one here, again, let's just set the whole thing up. We got grams to kilograms and grams to kilograms. Go back to the previous page. I'll just do it so you can just look here. I know that there are, I think it's on the previous page, that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. So I was able to find it back there. So 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram. So they're giving me the real information that I want to know how much 6,000 grams is. So I know that I'm multiplying by 6, and then I got to do that to my number of kilograms also. It's going to be 6 kilograms. Okay? See how proportions really kind of takes the work out of it, kind of? Okay? Okay, this one here, just go ahead and get it set up, yards to feet. Yards to feet. Again, every time I put these things in I set up the proportion before I do anything else. And then this is probably one you should know. You should know that 3 feet equals 1 yard. That's the ratio. It's 3 times as much. Now we're given a number of yards, so you can simply see that we're multiplying by 180. So we're going to do that to here also, and we're going to get, yep, Arian, 540 feet. Okay. Here we go again. Same exact thing. Get our units on there. Remember, our fake ratio is just the conversion ratio. It's how many of this is in one of this. Okay. And I know that there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer, and I'm given 9 kilometers, so I know that I am multiplying by 9 to both the top and the bottom to give me 9,000 meters. Okay. Okay, here, By the way, the capital T, you may want to write yourself a little note. It stands for tons. That's the notation for it. It's a capital T. Okay. Once again, if this is one that you aren't familiar with, maybe you probably aren't. Most people probably aren't familiar with it. Look back to this chart. There it is right there. That 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. So I'll put a 1 there and a 2,000 there. And then I want to know how many pounds 2 tons is. There's my real information. I'm doubling my number of tons. So what do I got to do to my number of pounds? Double it. There's 4,000 pounds. Okay. Last one here anyway. We're going to be doing grams to milligrams and grams to milligrams. Okay. That's going to be 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. And I want to know how many milligrams 4 is. Times 4 is going to be 4,000 milligrams. Easy? Should be. Should be pretty easy. Okay, let's do the last 2 here then. Can I go to the next page?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's just at the bottom for you guys. This is just at the bottom. How many cups are in 9 quarts? Now this is giving it to you more in a word problem situation. But again, where should we start? Right with the proportions. We're comparing cups to quarts. Cups to quarts. Okay? Again, there are a lot of people that don't know how many cups are in a quart. So that's why I'm providing it for you. Here it is. Let's go up to my G, my homie G up there. Okay? And I know that there are, what was it, cups to quarts?
2 cups.
There are 4 cups in every quart, right guys? I'll zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. But there are 2 cups in each pint. So that means 4 total cups in each quart. So going back here, let's put our fake ratio together. There are 4 cups for every 1 quart. And then what information did they give us? Well, they gave us 9 quarts. So we know that we're multiplying by 9. Multiplying by 9, that's going to mean that there are 36 cups in 9 quarts. Okay? And the last one, Jill and Dina, or I think it's Dina, make 3 gallons of lemonade for their lemonade stand. Okay? How many cups of lemonade do they make? So real quick, we should always just start. We've identified that we're comparing gallons and cups, right? Gallons and cups. Okay? Now, maybe once again, you're not sure what that fake ratio is off the top of your head. So you go back up here to this, and like I said, this will be provided. And I want to know how many cups are in a gallon, right? Well, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16, right? So I know that for every 1 gallon is 16 cups. If I'm making 3 gallons, then what am I doing to my number of gallons? Well, I'm tripling it, multiplying by 3. So what do I got to do to my number of cups? That's going to be 48 cups. Okay?